What's up, Talk Community? It's your girl, SuPerspective, coming at you live on this beautiful Tuesday morning, noon, or night, really just depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, folks? Where you been? Where you been at? Tell me. Oh my goodness. Before I dive deeper into that joke and just absolutely spiral for the rest of the evening, I'm going to go ahead and say hi to our friends in chat. Of course, we got Mommy in here. I can hear myself. I'm so sorry. I forgot to mute my YouTube because I'm so smart. But we got Mommy in chat. And of course, we got Nitro in chat. What's up, everyone? I hope everyone had a great 2 weeks off. I didn't, but we'll talk about that later. Oh my God. Of course, Daddy's in chat too, our maleficent god that is our producer. But again, before we sort of delve deeper into the rabbit hole of things that we want to discuss today, I'd like to invite just the beautiful voice of Mommy to tell us what's happening for the rest of the week. Mommy?
Okay, so for this week, well, we're gonna just play some Fortnite this week. Tomorrow, John got me a pretty big surprise that I'm gonna be unboxing on stream tomorrow. So that make sure you tune in for that because I was not prepared for this thing. I don't think he was prepared either. So yeah, make sure you tune in tomorrow to see what it is. If you follow my Twitter, you've kind of gotten a hint already about what it is. So yeah, go make sure you tune in tomorrow for stream for that. But yeah, we're gonna be playing some Fortnite. Pretty much that's kind of the gist of things. And then of course, Talk Gaming on Thursday. Friday will probably be more Fortnite because we're determined to stick to this season. We're gonna get more dubs. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the week.
Just Fortnite?
Just Fortnite.
That's hot. I dig it. Hi, Shattered Rift. Welcome on in. John shipping himself to Hawaii. Could you imagine putting that carry-on package? They'd be like, what's up with this? He ships himself like Han Solo, from the second movie of the original trilogy. No one else getting that joke. It's fine. It's cool. Everything's cool. Oh my gosh, you guys. Let's just, you know what? Fuck it. This is my show. Let's just delve right into it. We were gone for 2 weeks for extensive amounts of reasons because life it'd be like that, Every day you wake up and there it is. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like every time I take 2 steps forward in anything that I do, life hits me with a shovel and sends me throttling back 10 other steps. You know what I mean? Does anyone else feel like that? I also just want to preface that you're allowed to tell us and complain a little bit. I'm not gonna make you feel bad for complaining in chat after I've asked you to, just for the record. Not that I know anyone that would do that. No shade or anything. I don't know. But just so you know, you're allowed to voice your concerns and about your life and complain a little bit. This is a safe space for that. How dare I patronize you after I ask you to? That's crazy. That's wild. Could you imagine being that person? Not me. Anyways, but what do I know? I'm just a 24-year-old silly little goose. Oh my God. But Nitro says frozen in carbonite. Yeah, okay, cool. You did in fact get that joke. Anyways, you feel that. Yeah, but so for me personally, this is just going to be a huge bitch fest for the next 15 to 30 minutes before I drag Courtney onto this dumpster fire of a day. It's just one of those days. But I've been absolutely slammed with life, from work to personal to romantic. I feel like everything kind of hit the shit fan at once. And I just did not know what to do with myself for a hot second. And every time I got a small little victory, those small victories felt like huge victories because everything else around me was quite literally unfair. So I remember I used to tell my friends, because back in high school, back when I was a little bit more positive and a little more rambunctious and naive, they would always ask me why I was so giddy and so happy and so cheerful and so bubbly and full of life. And I'd be like, well, because you just gotta be happy about the small things in life, because that way all the small things feel really big to you. And then when the big things come, it feels super big. And it's wow, that's crazy. That's amazing. And I really wish I had more of that positive mentality. I definitely don't anymore. And maybe you guys can relate, but you know how like when you truck in on life and you're just like trucking, you kind of like you just lose a little bit of steam. Lose a little bit of steam, a little bit of stamina, and you kind of just like falter and you start to kind of get a little tired and your moods start to dip a little bit more frequently and your attitude towards things start to like go with it. I've definitely reached that point in like my young adult life where I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, like just whack. It'd be like that. Like that's dope, man. Like everything hurts, but like that's cool. You know what? Every day I wake up, that's it. You know what I mean? But I have to remember, I have to like act, not even just like remember, I have to like actively put in more effort into my day to just be positive and punctual and present in the moment. And that shit gets harder and harder the more people test you. It's gotten to this point. I'm very bad at hiding my emotions personally. I don't know about y'all, but like I wear that stuff on my face, on my sleeve, on my body, on my person. And I'm so easily read. And it's gotten to the point where anytime I walk into work, they can tell I'm already not having a good day because they see it on my face and they're like, is it going to be a good day, Sue? I'm like, yeah, of course. You're lying, Sue. I can see it on your face. Stop looking at my face then because shit, man. There's the burp. But Nitro got the shade that I was dropping earlier. Good. I'm glad. We can talk about that more later if it comes up. I don't know how to be shady anymore because I kind of used it all in the pre-show. That's my bad. John says, this month does feel does that to me too. It's like the year is over. Why am I still working? No, absolutely. I feel like I know that especially for December, all the festive holidays are here for everyone, for every religion, for every culture, for every practice. It all gets dumped in December. And you would think it'd be like a fun, jolly, merry, groovy time. And maybe it is for like the kids or the people without responsibilities and bills and healthcare to pay. But like for the rest of us, I'm suffering. I am absolutely drowning in my own spit and saliva as I bullshit my way through December. It's absolutely horrendous. I can't wait for it to be over, but I know for a fact that even when it's over, it's not actually over. Anyways, but Nitro says it's been a bit, so a quick update. Nearly died on Halloween. I'm so sorry to hear that. How dare you bum us out like that? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I am really sorry to hear that. But you dealt with general, big word, incompetence, there it is, of the healthcare system for the next 2 weeks. But you're not going to take up all the complaining space. No, take up the complaining space. You know what? No, take it up. I am offering the space for you to complain in a healthy manner because this is a space for you to do so. If I ask how you doing and you're answering honestly, good for you. How dare someone shame you for opening up and, you know, sharing your feelings after they ask? You know, we've been gone for 2 weeks. So of course I'm gonna be like, hey, we've been gone for 2 weeks. You've been gone for 2 weeks. Where you been? Huh? Where you been? And then when you ask me, I'm not going to be a dick and be like, oh, how dare you bum us out with your news? How dare you answer my question? Nah, you share. Feel welcome to share as much as you want, Nitro. I appreciate you. And I'm glad that you're here. Thank you so much for showing up. I really do appreciate it. But Courtney also shares the sentiment, you know, in saying that we're glad that you're here. So this is a nice open space for you. And Nitro called Mommy an angel. I don't know. She more like a demon in the sheath, but just kidding. Let me stop. But back to the point of like the end of the year blues. That's what I'm going to call it. I feel like once October hits into November and December, everything really just is just like, well, it's let me back up. From October to November into December, life kind of just like looks at this bin of things that it's been like holding back on. And it's like, hey man, so like we still have like a lot of leftover like revenue that we need to be using. So how about I just dump all this shit onto your plate for the next 3 months? I feel that so hard. I've had to put out so many, and it's like sometimes it's like really big things, you know? And then most of the times it's like small little fires that add up into like this one giant flame. And it's so absolutely tedious and exhausting to the point where, like, again, you just wake up and you're like, every day I wake up, that's it. I'm finding it harder and harder to really truck on through the rest of my day. But I do find those little caveats. I went to a Friendsgiving in November, and we all kind of laughed and joked about like how the little things in our life that excite us are so odd and adultish that as a kid you wouldn't be able to like appreciate those things, you know? So for example, my friend, he just got his first house. That's like a really big deal, especially in the DMV area. Everything's super expensive. And so he got a house with his girlfriend and their dog. They're a cute little family. And we're all gathering around the table and we were cleaning up and we were getting ready to play some board games. And he was like, wait, the table extends. And we were like, oh my God, your table extends. Like, that's the highlight of the party. And they were like, yeah, like we got it on sale. Oh my God, you got it on sale? Yeah, man, at the thrift store. Oh my God, it's a thrifted table. Dude, that's dope. And it has a leaf. Fuck, man. You're just winning. You're just winning at life, my guy. He's got a thrifted table. Ow. And it's got a leaf. If you don't know what a leaf is, it's an extension of the table to make it longer. Anyways, but that's such like an oddly mundane thing to be excited about. And that was like the talk of the evening, was the fact that they had this really cool thrifted table that extends with a cool little leaf. And that brings me so much joy. Anytime I get like super upset in the office, I just think about like, man, I just got to get through this day. And then maybe one day I can afford that really cool table with an extra leaf. You know, it's hard to find those small moments in time now. We get so busy, we get so caught up, and everything moves so goddamn fast, especially on social media. Everything's just go, 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 and you don't fucking stop. And you've been running out of gas for the past 50 miles, but we're still going. Anyways, it's really difficult to just like take a breath and just really appreciate those small things. Like, for example, they had like my favorite lunch serving in the cafeteria at work today. That shit made my day. And I was having a pretty shit day until I was like, oh my God, meatball subs with little mini roasted potatoes and honey roasted corn. Fuck, man. All those extra projects on my desk, all those critiques that I got this morning, and then having to wake up super early the next morning because of another project that came in, all of that bullshit to me now because I got this fucking meatball sub. That's just dope. Nitro says, even though she's more or less my red alert bracelet, as she calls her. What? Red alert bracelet. I feel like I'm missing an inside joke here. Or I'm just slow. Fill me in later. I promise I'll get it. Maybe. But yeah. This is just like my little tidbit, my little memento of just like every day you wake up, but you got to find something in that day that you woke up for. You know, like, yes, you woke up to go to work. Yes, you woke up so you could go to school. You woke up because you got to do this, because the dog's got to go pee, because you got to water your cat, because you got to tie your shoes, you know, fucking whatever. But those are just like the things you have to do, you know, but you got to wake up for the things that you want to do. No, you know, I woke up because I wanted to stream today. I woke up because I really wanted to go to the gym. I woke up because they were serving fucking meatball subs in the cafeteria, and that shit's so fire. Oh my God, with the provolone cheese. Fuck. You know, it's the little things in life that are just going to keep you going and fill up your tank just a little bit more to get you to that extra mile. And I hope and I pray to just every higher being out there that come in the new year, everyone just takes a fucking break. I'm so tired. I'm tired of all the shit that life has been throwing at us. I'm tired of work. I'm tired of school. We're all fucking tired. Everyone deserves a break. So I really hope that in the new year for everyone, you take that PTO, you take that sick leave, or you're just like, you know what? I don't need to be in this environment anymore. I'm going to get the fuck out. I hope everyone has that just moment. I really hope so. That's my little tea talk moment for the day. Before I move on, I'm going to catch us up on chat here. Nitro says, but yes, really appreciate the small things. I agree. The service might have been garbage, but the food at the hospital was pretty banger. Yeah, you see, at least there was an upside in it. And if there was never an upside, cause havoc, become a problem, create chaos. Don't actually. I'm not held liable for anything that you do outside of the show. But I'm glad that you were able to find a little bit of joy in that really troubling time, Nitro. I think that's awesome. But yeah, guys, that's most all of the tea that I have. I know that was kind of a quick, short tidbit, but we still have tons more to talk about. And a couple more segues that we're going to talk about in a second, some housekeeping things. But before I do that, I'm going to call Mommy onto the screen so we can chat a little bit more, and then we'll just keep this party started. So everyone be like, Mommy in the chat. Hi, Courtney. I'm sorry? You
That's
good?
basically the explanation of my entire mood for this past 2 weeks.
Oh my God. You know what would cheer you up though?
I can't say that on this stream. But yes, but
I'm going to try that segue one more time. You caught me so off guard. But
winning.
you know what would make you feel better, Courtney, after your shitty
What?
2 weeks? If
What?
everyone subscribed to our Patreon. It's only $5, guys. We're no longer on Twitch. So this would be a really great way to support us, support the content. It all goes back into creating things for you. So if you really think about it, this is an investment into your future entertainment. Also, like, look at us. Look at
Super
us.
cute. I mean, if you're gonna spend $5 on every single little thing, I mean, you might as well put it towards feeding the two of us, and
Please
whatever's
feed me.
left will feed John.
That was not in the contract. No, I'm just kidding. Love you,
Unfortunately,
John.
he signed the bigger portion of the contract because he wrote so big. So unfortunately, he does have to get a bit of the cut.
That's hot. But yeah, guys, if someone wants to link our Patreon, either John or Courtney, I don't have hands and I can't spell. But yeah, subscribe to our Patreon. And hey, like if $5 is like out of the question for you, we totally get it. Here's a free way that you can support us. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's just a simple little click and a button. And then you might as well hit that bell button because I mean, shit, you right there. And go ahead and like this video so that way we know to make more of this kind of content for you. Because guys, again, all those buttons, they're for you, baby. They're not really for us. They're for you. So that way we know what we need to be given to you. Okay. This is a give and take kind of relationship. Two roads.
Yes. Yes, all links are in the description. So do the thing. It helps us out so much. Retweeting tweets, getting the word out. Everything helps, folks. Every little thing. Not just all the monetary stuff. The monetary stuff helps us a lot because, you know, we're trying to do this more.
Yeah.
And we honestly, we can't do it without your support. So we appreciate you. You're amazing. You're beautiful. 'Tis the season. There's a bunch of ho-ho-hos with this company, so Merry Christmas.
Oh my God. That was good.
Thank you. I try. Cypress says hi to you and me, Sue. So hi, Cypress.
Hi, Cypress.
Hi, Rift. Hi, Nitro. Hi, everyone.
Not Rift, just Cypress. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. But Courtney, tell us how your past 2 weeks were before we kind of delve into the shit show that you want to talk about.
The past 2 weeks have been a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. I am extremely unprepared for the fact that Christmas is already next week.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, yeah, like that hit me real hard today when my family was like, don't forget we're doing dinner at this time, because my family, like we had this discussion before, how my family is the one that normally puts on all the big holiday parties. So my parents were like, you know, don't forget dinner's at this time. This is what's on the menu. We need to know how many of you are coming. I need a head count. And it hit me real hard that fuck, Christmas is next week. I'm unprepared, and I'm the kind of person who likes to I really like to kind of try my best to kind of go all out with just the spirit and the gift giving for my, you know, friends and family. But realistically, that's just not in the cards this year, and that bless you.
Thank you.
And it's just been kind of like freaking me out and causing a bit of anxiety, and then
Yeah.
work and all that good stuff.
Oh my God,
So it's
Christmas
just
really is next week. That sucks because I have a bunch of projects due by Christmas. So, and they're not
yeah,
started. It's fine.
yeah. It's just yeah. And it's more. I feel like more pressure because I am a mom, and
Oh,
I have an 8-year-old who is the sweetest thing, and thankfully he's not. He's. I had him do his Christmas list to Santa to help give me an idea about what he's
what
interested
do you
this
mean
year.
Santa? It's Santa.
You're right. To
That's right.
Santa. To,
Thank you.
I had him write his list to Santa, and he only has 2 things on his list, and then he also like the rest of well 2 things for himself on his list. He asked for a specific brand of booster packs of Pokemon cards.
Hmm.
He asked for Robux, and then the rest of his list was like carrots for your reindeer, cookies for you, and I'm just like, first of all, that's really sweet and endearing, but second of all, that's not how this works.
I'm gonna cry.
I was just like, I was like, kiddo, that's not how that. You
He's
know
so
what?
sweet.
I was like, that's really cute. That's really cute. He's like, what else do reindeer like to eat? I'm like, you know what? Just stick to the carrots because they got a lot of work to do. We can't just be giving them any kind of stuff. We'll just stick to the carrots to leave out for the reindeer.
My God, it's so cute.
like a comment for carrots for Santa's reindeer. Thank you, John.
Oh
Uh,
my God.
Nitro, no, he's not asking for a puppy. We adopted the stray cat on Halloween. That is his pet for Christmas that he got to
Salem.
keep this cat Binks.
Oh, Bing. Sorry, I said Salem. Jesus. My dog is looking at me like I owe him something.
I mean, you kind of do.
I think he wants to leave the space, which is unfortunate because I've made this a safe space. I don't know why the fuck you'd want to leave it. It's not like I was fucking terrorizing you about your shitty week. God, I'm
How
sorry.
dare you be a bummer, Georgie?
Hey, God, you're such a bummer. And on a Tuesday? Oh shit, he's upset. All right, I'm sorry. I feel bad.
No, but I think just this time of season is just very stressful overall, especially because we're living in a pandemonium right now. So I mean, COVID's still a thing, so I'm trying to still. I mean, okay, hands up in the chat. Put comments in below if you have yet to catch COVID in these past 2 years of the pandemic. Oh, it's awfully lonely up here.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I need to get another booster, but wow. Yeah, Christmas is next year. COVID is still next year.
Next year. Next week. And she's done. Christmas is next week. The new year is is quickly approaching. It's a lot. So we just all need a moment to kind of really bring it back together. It's stressful, so it's okay for everyone to be stressed out. Basically, the point I'm getting to is we're all feeling it some type of way. So you are allowed to feel your feelings.
You're allowed to bitch and moan.
You're allowed to bitch and moan, folks. We are stressed the fuck out. We've been through a lot these past 2 years. We're almost there, fam. The home stretch is right here. We're almost there. We're this close. We're this close. We can get there. We just gotta get there kicking and screaming, but we'll get there. Welcome in, Roya G. Still masking and still dodging the Rona so far. Good for you. I'm so happy for you, and I hope you still keep being a COVID unicorn like myself, because I am also still masking and bobbing and weaving past that Rona, because I am not trying to get it, folks.
I'm trying to work from home. What's up, Mika Boo?
Hi, Mika.
Hey. Nitro says, last time my dad caught it, I had a sinus thing at the same time, and the test I took was a false positive.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't a true positive.
Damn.
Could
you?
Tac-Tac's here.
Okay, we're gonna segue before I literally lost my thought. Jesus Christ.
Hi, Jack. Welcome in. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Jack. We were just talking about Christmas and the pandemonium that happens around it. But I know we have something very important to talk about. But before we do that, I just want to know: does anyone else here celebrate anything else that isn't Christmas?
Oh yes, please
Yeah.
discuss. Please put it up in the chat. Leave a comment. We want to know.
I made the false assumption today at work because I asked my coworker. I was like, "Did you like finish your Christmas shopping?" And he goes, "Oh, well, like I'm Jewish, so we celebrate Hanukkah." And I was like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't want to assume. I should have just been like, you done holiday shopping." He was really nice about it. Like, obviously, he was pulling my chain, but I forget that not everyone obviously celebrates Christmas. So does everyone else? What's everyone doing for the holiday season?
Yeah.
Wow, Sue. Thanks, John. Thanks.
Yes. But Mika doesn't celebrate Christmas. So Mika, do you
Okay.
do something in place of it, or do you just kind of like bypass it completely?
Oh,
Oh,
okay. They do a little
solstice. Yeah.
celebration. Oh,
I like
yeah, the
that.
solstice.
I like that.
John, do you celebrate
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah? I wanted to say Kwanzaa so bad. I don't know why. No. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of coworkers that celebrate Hanukkah. I haven't met or known anyone that celebrates Kwanzaa. A few people that do the solstice, and a lot of people that do Christmas. But yeah, but whatever you guys are celebrating, happy holidays.
Happy holidays
Happy
from Talk
holidays.
Limited to you.
Aw. We hope, yeah.
We hope it's merry, bright, and full of amazingness and
Sounds
excitement.
good. Aw, I like that. That was so sweet, Courtney. I was not gonna say something sweet, so I'm glad that you picked that up.
I try. I try.
Thank you.
Mika says, my family celebrates Christmas, but that holiday has lost a lot of meaning for me because of family reasons and how commercialized it's become. And
That's
that's fair.
valid.
That's fair. Yeah.
It's totally valid. I don't know, but actually, let me not delve into that can of worms because I want to get back to you, Courtney, because you're just as important to the show as I am, and you had a lot that you wanted to speak about this week. So I'm gonna give you the reins if that's okay, and
Sure.
just fucking have at it because I had at it for like the past half hour, maybe 15 minutes at minimum, and I just want you to go for it, girlfriend. Just go for it.
So the thing is, okay, so in the moment when we were supposed to originally do this topic, I had a lot of just heated feelings because I was going through some stuff. And I want to know if anybody else experiences this because I know it's not specifically only just people in Asian households. But I'm noticing prevalently the type of feeling I was experiencing is because I am the eldest female child in an Asian household. But not just an Asian household, I am an Asian female of color. So it's like the double whammy of, there's a lot of standards and criteria with
Mhm.
having to be the eldest. And I want to know if anybody else experiences this where there's a lot of pressure. Like, you have to be the prime example for your younger siblings. You have to carry the burden of, you know, the segment we called this, bring honor to your family. And it's a very, very, very important thing because the pressure, it's always stems from a lot of guilt, at least from, my personal experience, where you have to carry the burden of being the most responsible. And you have to be the one to lead by example. You have to be the one to pick up the slack for things. And not to say that in my family that it was that my parents were unreasonable. It's just a lot of, I think it's just a lot of upbringing that continuously, it's a trend that continues from generation to generation, especially placed on the eldest child and especially placed on the eldest female child if there are no male children present. And it's just, for me, I was going through this whole idea of, you have to lead by example. And it really hit me that, it's like, what about those of us who are still trying to just cope through the day to day? And then to have that added pressure of you have to be better than perfect. You have to be stronger than strong. And you are not allowed to lose your shit because there are people who are looking up to you. There are people who are depending on you. You have to, honor your family name. And for me, because I come from a family that's so big and I have, a family that's relatively fairly well known here, I was constantly around the upbringing and the mindset that I couldn't, while out. I couldn't lose my shit. I couldn't step a toe out of line because the moment I did, I would not only disgrace and bring shame to myself, I would disgrace my entire family line and my name and my family name. And it's a lot of pressure. And it got really heavy, especially with the holiday season coming around and the fact that I'm going to be around all of my
Everyone.
family and just having that pressure. It's stressful and it's
Yeah.
hard. And like I always make the joke that I was the trial child because,
Mhm.
I was my mom had me young and I was a surprise for her. Was not expected or planned. And then I was the only child for 12 years. And then my middle sister was born, and then my other sister was born a year and 9 months after that. And it just, growing up, I was not just older sister, I was second mom because
Mhm.
my parents, I didn't grow up with a lot of money and my parents had to work really hard. And a lot of times when they were working, I would babysit. And I would have moments where people would be like thinking my sisters were my kids.
Mm.
And that's pretty traumatic too for a 14-year-old kid. Like, hey, like that assumption was hurtful
Mhm.
for me because it's like, no, I didn't. These not to say that there's anything wrong with having kids young. It happens. But for me, that wasn't something that I did for myself. So to have that assumption placed on me with already having the responsibility to try to be a good example, the quote
Mhm.
unquote good example for my sisters, it was a lot growing up. And now
Yeah.
I'm looking at my sisters and how amazing they're growing into beautiful, young, and amazing women. My my middle sister's very close to 21, and then the youngest is away in college and 18. And for me, it's like thinking back, like the youngest is coming home for the holidays from college,
Mhm.
and it's just like looking back on all that stuff. It's like even now as an adult, I'm still expected to try to lead a good example by,
Mhm.
being in a good household, by being a good mom, by working hard and showing them that, you have to be a responsible adult and contributing, member of society.
Mm.
And that's a lot of pressure, fam. I can barely adult for myself, and I'm already trying to be a good example to the little human being that I made. So to have to still be a prime good example and uphold my family's honor for not just myself, but for my other siblings,
Mhm.
it's a lot. And I kind of want to know, like, if anyone else is going through that. And I see Nitro saying that, firstborn son here, preach fellow eldest. It's hard. And it's
Yeah.
it's it's scary because as the eldest, we don't know what we're doing. We're still trying to figure out who we are as human beings for ourselves.
Mhm.
I'm 31 and I'm still fucking figuring it out, fam. I'm only now getting my credit score under
I love
control.
that. That's
Like
dope.
I'm only now just kind of getting the ball rolling on that. So to
Right.
have that expectation to try to teach my other young adult siblings to
Mhm.
continue to be strong women, but also because the pressure coming from growing up, but also the pressure of the fact that, I don't want them to have to experience the negative hardships that I went through
Mhm.
or the negative hardships that, I don't, that because they are young women, they are young Asian women and young Asian women of color. And I don't want them to have to experience any of the hardships that come with
Mhm.
that.
Right.
Hi, Cypress. Good to see you too. Um, I just want, as the eldest sibling, I want the best for them.
Right.
But that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. It's like for our friends and viewers that might not identify with some of those identities that you listed, whether it's female, Asian, woman of color, eldest child, it's kind of like being the first one to arrive to like any sort of position, whether it's like job or school or just life in general, and it's like a position that has never been done before, and you're expected to just know everything, right, like right off the bat. And then when you don't know something, or when you slip up, or when you just have a human moment, you basically get slapped in the face for it. And then anyone that comes after you, they get treated with lesser sort of consequences or even strictness because it's like, oh, they're younger, they don't know better, like because you didn't know better, like you really are the trial or like the guinea pig. And like, yes, there is
Yes.
some form of pride that comes with like being the firstborn or being the leader of the pack, but I don't think a lot of people understand that being the first in something is terrifying,
Oh yeah.
especially in a family setting, you know, because I mean, personally, I'm an only child, but I'm also the youngest of three, and that situation is different within its own. But I can relate to the sentiment of being the first person in any kind of position and literally being tossed to the wolves and just seeing what sticks. And then the people after you just kind of get to follow along in your shadow. So like again, like yeah, it's kind of cool to be able to lead that pack, but it's scary because you don't get a break. You don't stop being that firstborn. You don't stop being the leader of the pack. Even if you've moved on, moved out of the house, have kids, make your own family, you don't stop being in a role that you really didn't ask to be in, but here you are.
Hmm. And the fear of like fucking up,
Oh my
because you
god.
not just have to worry about the guilt you feel of yourself and the like the disappointment in yourself of fucking up, but to have the pressure of so many added eyes watching you fuck up is terrifying because my whole moment is like it's already bad enough that I'm struggling. But
Mhm.
now I have to struggle in front of people who are looking up to me, who are watching me and watching everything I do and how I handle said screw up. So it's like, but I do want to talk about, you brought up a really good point that was also a huge added, like, I guess, trigger as to why I wanted to have this conversation of younger siblings getting away with things that the elder siblings did not. Like,
Right.
watching my younger siblings get to go out with their friends until late at
Mhm.
night with no prior, like, real prior notification to my parents
Mhm.
pissed me off to no end.
Oh
I was not
yeah.
allowed to go out with my friends in high school unless my parents knew their parents, their grandparents, and knew exactly who was driving, where we were going, what time we were going to be there, what time we were going home. All that information. I was not allowed.
Right.
I was basically never really allowed out of the house, which is probably why I wanted to sneak out all the time.
Exactly. I wonder if like cuz obviously like having the kind of like parenting where like they're constantly on you would burn anyone out. But
Oh
I
yeah.
also wonder if like when you get younger siblings, if like the parent gets burnt out trying to parent the eldest, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
So basically no one wins in that situation.
Mm-mm.
Everyone ends up a little more fucked than they want it to be.
Oh yeah. Like when my sisters would like talk back and stuff, I would look at my mom like, if
Like,
I
yo,
even looked at you funny, I would get like a slipper from out
right.
of nowhere to my
A little
head. So,
chuckler.
like yeah, I would like get slapped. And I'm looking at my mom, I'm like, what happened? Where's what? And my dad and my parents would be like, hey, we're tired. We're too old already. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh,
So
got
so
it.
y'all had enough energy to beat the shit out of me when I when I had
Right.
attitude problems, but you guys have no energy left to smack them?
And then now you're left
What?
to be the parent.
Oh yeah, so needless to say, I had no problem slapping my sisters. I'm just kidding. I don't physically hit them. That's not the answer to anything. But I was real pissed off and I griped about it for a long time and I stewed in anger of the fact that my parents didn't just like snap at them. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I think that's the added thing too. Like we're growing up for me, my parents were so strict. So to
Mhm.
watch them so laxy daisy with my sisters now, it's infuriating because
Oh,
it's like, "That's
yeah.
not fair. I didn't get that
Right. Why
loosey-goosey treatment."
why do you have to be the bigger person when you're not doing anything wrong? Like, what the fuck? But
Right?
then, yeah, it reminds me of like the circle of trauma. And like
Yes.
when I say trauma, like I know like everyone's immediate thought could be like something very extreme, but trauma can be anything from as like trauma is trauma, I guess is basically what I'm saying. It looks different on everyone. And there really isn't a scale on the dramaticies of it. You know, if it's traumatic to someone, it's traumatic to someone. And that's not something that we can fute. But
No.
like obviously like parenting in any kind of style can also be a form of like projection of like this is what I want for my child because I went through this, whether it was good or bad. But
Right.
then that negates I don't know if that's the right word, but it kind of like negates the younger sibling because then they don't get that treatment, but instead they have to look at the treatment that big sister or big sibling's getting and being like, well, like maybe I don't need to like be up to those standards for X, Y, and Z reasons. It's like everyone gets hurt in this situation instead of
Yeah.
again, parenting's hard. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
don't denote the fact that being a parent is easy work for anyone, whether you have one kid or like 12 kids. Like fuck, like raising yourself is hard. Raising another person, holy shit, could not imagine.
Yep.
Um,
It's rough.
but it's definitely interesting to hear you talk about this and like look at the patterns that are
Yeah.
happening, because I'm looking at chat too and we can catch everyone else up on chat. um but I'm seeing that these are universal.
Yeah. And now that I am a parent myself, in the heat of the moment when it happens, it's initially my knee-jerk reaction is I'm pissed because my younger siblings are getting away with shit that would never have flown when I was their age.
Hmm.
But now I'm seeing that, what? That I look back on how that style of parenting affected me growing up, and it made me definitely more resentful and more rebellious, and it made me want to act out more. Granted, I'm a pretty, mellowed out individual. I have never been arrested. I've never done anything like extremely dangerous. So yes, it was a little bit extreme parenting, but in a sense, it helped and it was effective because I turned out okay. I have a slight tick, because fear of my mom hitting me all the time.
Right.
Aside from that, I'm fine. But all joking aside, it's just one of those things where I look back and seeing how my parents raised my sisters. I think, you know, looking at it from a different perspective, it's probably better that they loosened the reins because it allowed my siblings to feel trusted.
Hmm.
It allowed my siblings to um, not be so sheltered to the point where they felt they needed to just blitz everything one time to make up for all the things they couldn't do. And I think it's actually probably the healthier route. So in a sense, yeah, it sucks that I was the guinea pig and had to experience the really strict, harsh parenting in the beginning. But I'm glad that I had to go through it so that they didn't have to,
Right.
if that makes sense. Because
Oh
now, yeah, it pisses me off a little bit here and there. I'm still bitter. I'm 31 and I'm still bitter.
yeah.
But at the same time, my sisters didn't have to worry about it being like that for them. So in a
Right.
sense, you're welcome, younger sisters.
Yeah, they should be bowing down to you. No, I'm just kidding. Well,
No, they're really good. They're really good, and they're growing into wonderful human beings. They're figuring it out, and yeah, it sucks, but at the same time, looking at it now, it's worked out better that they were raised the way they were.
yeah.
I've just never been caught, thanks, John.
God damn. That's funny. I know, like, I can definitely relate to like the younger sibling because for my mom, I'm the youngest of her children. So like growing up, she was like, "Nah, fuck it, you're fine." Because like she was busy raising my two brothers, and to her defense, my brothers definitely needed more care than I did. Like my second brother was completely paralyzed, so like he obviously needed a lot of like medical care, and my eldest brother was like setting shit on fire. Like that's just what he does. So like then there was me, and I was just like, I exist. So like she didn't need to like discipline me as much as she would my other brothers. But for my father, I am not only his only child, but I'm the last Kim for our family. So like there's that honor sort of mentality of like doing well, succeeding, carry on the family name, keeping the family name as fucking long as possible. But at the
Yeah.
same time, because I'm his first kid, it's like shit, man. She's gonna make mistakes. Like, what do I the fuck do I do when she fucked up? So like, I'm not the oldest per se, but I'm definitely like, I'm not off the
Well, you're
fucking
the
hook.
first. Well, you're not the eldest, but you are the firstborn
Yeah, the
for your
firstborn.
father. And
Yeah,
also, from you don't have any like uh biological blood sisters, I should say.
no, but I
Right.
got a
So
little stinky
yes,
rat, a
yeah,
little stinky rat sister.
yes. So also, for at least in your genetic family, you are the only girl daughter. You're the girl daughter. You're the only
I'm
daughter.
the only kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of pressure. You're the only daughter. You're the
Hmm.
firstborn for your dad. It's a lot, and
Yeah.
and I don't know what it is about freaking children of color and Asian households, it's always something so extra.
My God, it's like they always feel like we have something to prove. Like, damn, Shadi, can we just like not exist? Like, I get the world be kind of whack, but shit, man, like I don't. Damn.
Like, I have a lot on my plate. I get it. I'm gonna have it
Right.
harder
I have
than
a
most.
lot. Yeah.
But it's like, I don't need you to
You
like
don't have
add.
to add the trauma with it. It already comes with the sauce, man.
Right? Like, I'm already anxious. I'm already concerned. I don't
I
need the further.
came out the womb anxious. I came out shaking like a chihuahua.
I'm visualizing that.
Baby me, just don't don't visualize that. That'll come. But we were talking a butt ton. Do you want to update us on chat, please? Because I can't
Sure.
read.
I got you. All right, let's scroll back up here.
Don't tell me what to do.
John saying that he's the only child and all around letdown, smiley face.
Hey,
Thank you,
yo.
John. Thank you. Nitro saying that, for them it's always basically that always expected to be available. Cypress is relating a lot. Taking care of 4 younger siblings, basically had to do a lot of growing up. And I'm glad you're enjoying this conversation, Cypress. I would love to hear more about what that experience was like for you. Four younger siblings. That's a lot to take care of. I was lucky that I only had 2 younger siblings, but a shit ton of cousins. So apparently all of our parents felt the need to put all of us kids together and then hope to God the eldest of each household could wrangle and just take care of everybody was a lot. Nitro saying that, for babysitting, always having to be available for babysitting, helping with work, etc. Even if my more physically capable younger brother is around, he's the first one to get asked or told to help. Yeah,
Yikes.
it's a lot. And see, the thing too, like in my family, it's predominantly women. There are very few boys in my family. Like out of my generation, like of us grandkids, like out of me and my cousins, there is 1 grandson. And that is a lot. That is a lot of
Wait, your son's the only grandson.
So, like my son is not the only grandson. So for my grandparents, so me and my cousins, out of me and my cousins, there was only 1 boy cousin. So like for me being the grandchild,
Oh.
right? So for my grandparents, I'm the grandchild. Out of us grandkids, there was only 1 grandson.
Oh, okay. I was about to be like, dang, like not only are you the firstborn, but you had the firstborn male too in the next generation. I was about to be like, damn, Courtney.
Well,
Wait,
I did actually have, so in my immediate family, like in my family, I gave birth to the first boy in
all
my, like
right.
with my mom
So
then. So
Jesus. All right.
yeah,
You
so that's
good,
a lot of
buddy?
pressure. No, I'm not. Like, the moment my son was born, my dad was like, "Who are you? Give me my grandson." And I'm like, "Wow, Dad."
Thanks.
Like, I mean, I get that you had to grow up in a house full of like raging, strong-willed Hawaiian Asian women, but like,
Damn.
damn, Dad.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's I think that's a lot of the hard part too, is because my family is predominantly women, and I'm surrounded by such strong-willed, loud, opinionated women
That's
that
hot.
well, it's
No, it's hot.
it's a lot.
Hot.
It's
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 hot.
really a lot. It's like, so the fact that, but the hard part is having that side for the Hawaiian side, but then also having the pressures of the Asian culture and Asian side of, you need to
Right.
be proper, you need to be
Punctual.
educated, you need to be on time. My mom's thing is
Well
if you're not
spoken.
early, yeah, if you're not early, you're late.
Yeah. Well,
And
who also, I don't know about y'all, but Koreans are notorious for being late. And I can say that. I am allowed to say that. Do not come for me. I know for a fact Koreans run 30 minutes late. I don't know how y'all gonna talk about being punctual. Sir, you're late to your own function, my guy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
like, okay, so here's the thing, Sue.
No,
What Asian ethnicities do you have?
I'm just Korean with a little bit of like, well, So maybe like a little bit of Chinese, but like we're not supposed to talk about that
Okay.
because history. But I'm Korean.
Yeah. So I have Chinese, Japanese, Okinawan, Filipino, and Korean.
Oh, I love hot pot. I'm gonna call you a hot pot. No, I'm just kidding. Don't call me
I
that.
don't know how I'm supposed to manage all of that.
That's hot.
It's like it's a lot. That's a lot of stress.
That is a lot of stress.
And that's a lot of culture.
That
Like-
yeah, hot pot.
Like I have, and plus two, I have Hawaiian.
Oh yeah, you fucked. I love
And
you.
then thank you. And then I have Caucasian in me as well. So it's just like it's a lot.
I am black and Asian. You know that Wiz Khalifa song, Black and Yellow? That's about me. I can make that joke. I'm allowed to make that joke. That is at my own expense. I can make that joke. Thank you kindly. You're so hot. But I see chats popping off once more. So if you want to read them off and if you have any
Yes.
closing thoughts, I have a closing activity so everyone's not
Yes.
leaving here in a bum mood. Bummer
Yeah.
news.
No bummer news on a fucking Tuesday. Yes,
God.
like John said, we do allow, or like Talk Limited said, excuse me, we do allow a place for venting.
Yes.
And you know, thank you, Roya, for pointing out same parents, unique trauma set for each kid. Yeah. Like I say that,
Cool, my
what I
third.
went through, I don't know what my sisters fully went through. I mean, I wasn't living in the house for the latter part of their upbringing. I mean, yeah, I visited and I was over, but I wasn't there for the day-to-day. I don't know what kind of hell my parents put my sisters through when I wasn't
those
around.
kids? Fuck them kids.
Yeah, like for all I know, my sisters had their own set of trauma. So that's a very valid point. Same parents, different technique for each kid. I don't know what different traumas my sisters have gone through because of my parents.
You should ask at Christmas. Just kidding. Don't fucking do that.
I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna be a bummer. Bummer news on Christmas.
I'm gonna be a bummer on Christmas. I don't fucking care. Wow, Irony. You know what? Good for you, Irony. I'm happy for you that you were the baby. You still get to live at home and not do your own laundry. Must be nice. I'm gonna hate a little bit because that sounds amazing and I'm jealous. But you know what? You do you, boo-boo.
I am
Lucky
also
for you.
baby Irony. I feel that. I'm baby. Kiss my ass. Okay.
Present it.
We're not allowed to on YouTube. I'm so sorry.
But yes. So overall, I want to tie this up in a nice bow and present it for Christmas. I am thankful that everyone here has been able to openly discuss this. I'm glad I am not the only one. I'm glad that everybody kind of can commiserate a little bit.
Nice.
Everyone experienced some version and some semblance of what I went through. So it's nice to not be alone and not to feel like I don't feel as much of an asshole because I'm not gonna lie. The guilt, the Asian guilt of complaining hit me really hard of like, do I even have the right to complain about this? I should be thankful. I should be quiet. So the fact that everyone, didn't make me feel like an asshole for voicing how I felt. It feels real nice, fam. So
yay.
We're all in this together.
I'm so happy that you shared that with us. That's my little thing that's going to keep me going for tomorrow. Is Courtney opened up her feelings and she did that with courage and with confidence. That's my little thing. Good job, Courtney.
Thank you. And I didn't break a single table.
God damn. Well, are you ready to shit on some folks?
On what?
Yeah, you heard what I said. So we're gonna close up stream with a fun little game because I like when we do a fun little game or activity at the end of the stream because sometimes we be talking about that heavy shit, and so I want to leave everyone just feeling a little bit bubbly, a little bit goofy, still a little goose. So I have a list of questions here and we're going to determine, so it'll be like who is blank and we're going to be like who is more blank. Is it the younger sibling or the older sibling? So one's in chat for the older sibling, two's in chat for the younger sibling. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna start off real strong. So for number one, who is noisier? Number one, the oldest child, or number two, the youngest child? Who is noisier?
Two.
Sue.
I would agree with two. Who said C?
I said Sue.
Oh, I'm Sue. Oh, wait a minute. For Christmas, I want brain cells. Ooh.
That's a big ask.
You.
Do I get to play?
Yeah,
Yes, you get to play.
John gets to play. Yay! Everyone put daddy in the chat for John. I'm not wearing a bra. All right. Number 2. Who is more sensitive?
The oldest.
I was gonna say number 1 because like you could give the younger sibling any kind of critique and they'd be like, fine, whatever. But number 1, they'd be like, I'm sorry. I'm just trying. You know?
And then you have to remind them that it's a joke.
Yeah, you gotta remind them it's a joke. Because number 1 will take it too far. They'll be like, well, your nose is big. And they'll be like, yeah, well, you were a mistake and mom never wanted you. And it's like, whoa, number 1.
And then the middle one's like, no, technically we were all mistakes.
Right. Number 1's oh wait, we have to add, okay, everyone stop. 1's in chat for older child, 2's in chat for the middle child, 3's in chat for the baby child.
Oh God.
So we're gonna shift the rules a little because I forgot about the middle kid.
Yeah.
Like that's true in true middle kid fashion. We forgot about the middle kid.
Marsha.
All right. The number 4, I'm skipping number 3. Who is lazier? I'm saying number 2, the middle child.
My
3.
family, it's number 3.
Yeah.
Me. The only child.
The only child.
The only child. No more options. I say the middle child just because like they're always overshadowed. So they're like, fuck it. What's the point? Like, who gives a shit?
See, for my family, the middle child, like, works hard because the baby doesn't do anything. Literally, my youngest sister is so fucking spoiled. I hope you're watching. You are spoiled. And you know what? You know you're spoiled because you are spoiled by me, you are spoiled by our parents, and you are spoiled by your middle sister.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You brat.
She knows she's a brat too. I'll see you in a few weeks. Not weeks. A few days, brat. Anyway, continue.
Oh.
Continue. All right. Who is more intelligent?
Depends on the family.
I'm gonna say book smarts.
Oh.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 1.
Yeah, it has to be book smarts.
Yeah. But
what do you mean it has to be book smarts, John?
I think if we're talking like emotional intelligence, I want to say the middle child because they're always just observing.
But we're talking about book smarts, so oldest.
The oldest is always book smart. Street smarts is probably like the youngest because they know how to get away with shit.
They stab somebody, probably.
What's up? Shank. Me. Who is the prized child?
Oh.
The
number 3.
I'm just gonna say either 1 or 3. I'm
the baby
stuck between the 2.
It depends.
Say the baby.
If the oldest lived up to every expectation, then it's the oldest. Yeah.
It's not me.
Oh. Otherwise, it's the youngest because they've thrown all expectations out the window.
I'm gonna go with the oldest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the oldest. Cause baby, I feel like they're prized, but only because they're the youngest, not because they're doing shit. Sorry. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're baby, but it's like the oldest is like the decathlon. They're smart. They're just dude. They're the oldest. I don't fucking know any accomplishments.
Still not enough.
Still not enough.
Still not
shit,
enough.
Man.
The baby just has to exist.
Yep, the baby just had to be there and be like.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I show up to the function. Show face. Who is the most talkative sibling? Number 3. Never shuts the fuck up.
In my family, that's tough. It's between number 1 and number 3.
Really?
Yeah, my middle sister, she has to really be like warmed up to talk, but even then she doesn't talk a lot. She kind of gets drowned out between me and the youngest. So
Who makes the funniest face though?
the middle child.
The middle child, because she's being talked over the whole time.
She's just like,
So she resorts to making a face.
they emote with their face. They're just like,
More teeth.
more tea.
More gum.
Who is the most what?
More gum.
I can't believe you made me do it twice.
Yeah,
I can't even do that. Damn.
that's okay.
Who is the most argumentative?
One.
Oldest.
I was gonna say 3.
No.
Well,
No.
it's a fight between 1 and 3. But
Yeah,
actually, the
and
third
who
one
started the
doesn't really
fight? The
need to-
oldest.
Why are you aggressively saying I started the fight?
I'm not
John,
talking
this is
about
supposed to be
you.
hypothetical.
Why are you
I
arguing
am.
back, Courtney?
Because I'm the eldest, Sue.
Yeah. I'm not talking about you. Actually, so my mom is the oldest of 7,
Damn.
and I am an only child.
Nice.
So I have no grounds.
You know why you're the only child, John? Your mom grew up with 7 in that family. She's like, I don't fucking think so.
She said no. She said, I raised 7 already. 1 is enough. Or 6, rather.
I guess number 3 is most argumentative according to chat. All right.
Damn.
Me and my sister do be arguing, but I argue more, so.
I had a friend tell me that if I went, they said, and I quote, if you went to lawyering school, you would be a good lawyer. And I was like, why? Yes, lawyering school. And I was like, why? And they're like, just because you're so blunt and forward. And I was like, shit, Shadi, you right?
Argumentative.
I would
Argumentative.
argumentative. I do be arguing. I be kicking and screaming at work sometimes if they give me something stupid. I'm like, no, that's dumb. Anyways,
You get away with a lot.
I do get away with a lot. It's because I'm cute. I hope
Oh.
it stays that way. Listen, I'm still gonna do the work. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna tell you that this is stupid.
I'm gonna kick and scream the whole time.
I'm gonna fucking do it, but I'm gonna do a really good job while I kick and scream. Anyways,
Welcome in, Dasher.
what's up? What's up,
And
Shadi?
George.
What?
And George, yes,
And
hi
George.
George.
Hi, George. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at chat. Who was the most popular in school?
The
The
youngest.
oldest. Oh. I was gonna say the oldest because the teachers are always like, "Are you blank's sibling?"
That
you
doesn't
know?
make you the most popular in school.
No.
There's a difference between popular and infamous. Just say.
You're such an older child. God damn it.
Also, to be fair, my siblings didn't go to the same school that I went to. So
Oh.
there's that. Although I did, growing up, I always got the, aren't you so-and-so's daughter? So I feel like that's worse.
Oh, that is worse.
Yeah, that's why I was always in the shadow. I love my mom. I hope to grow up to be half the amazing woman and strong woman that she is. However, growing up, hearing the constant, aren't you so-and-so's daughter? Was awful. It was hard
I
to
bet.
build my own identity. And then when people would be like, oh, you guys look like your sisters, not mother and daughter. And my mom ate that shit up and would rub my face in it. That to this day, I'm just like, can you guys not? I get it. She's young and beautiful looking because, Hawaiian Asian just worked wonders on that genetics. But can we not?
Right.
But yes, I'm gonna say most popular would probably be the youngest. Because they've been babied their whole lives, that they just have the freedom to just gallivant through life, that they don't have to live up to any expectation, that's why they have the most friends.
You have to live up to 2 generations of expectations.
No, the youngest?
The youngest, yeah.
They have no expectations put on them.
I'm baby.
Okay.
Exactly.
I will say I was pretty popular in high school. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever. I used to say well known, but fuck it. Let's just stop sugarcoating it. Let's just call it what it is. I was that bitch. Anyways,
See?
who kept the most secrets?
Oldest.
I was gonna say the oldest, and that
Probably because the oldest is the only one who knows how to keep secrets.
they're the ones that had to sneak out late at night because mom and dad said no.
Yeah. Said
Look
no
at
to
Courtney.
them,
She's
not
got a
to the
guilty
youngest.
face. Although I feel like the middle child has like seen, I think the middle child is keeping the most like family trauma secrets. Like they forget that they're in the room, so the aunties just be saying shit. So the middle child just like, you know.
True. And you know what? You make a good point. Like because the middle child gets overlooked, I feel like for them it's easy for them to keep secrets because nobody knows they're even there to begin with.
Right.
I believe they're not paying attention. I believe they're not paying attention.
disassociating.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, as an only child, I disassociated a lot
Bitch, same.
because people just talked around me
Yeah.
as an only child. They're like, well, they're too young to hang out with them. They're too old to hang out with them. You know, come hang out with the uncles or something. Or I had more aunts. So, and then it'd just be like, what am I doing? Like, why am I here?
Why am I here?
Why am I here? Where's my Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, exactly.
One pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Why isn't this Nintendo portable?
Right. What the fuck? Why is there no backlight in it?
Yeah.
Who had the most romantic partners?
The oldest.
The youngest.
The sluttiest.
The youngest.
The middle.
All of them.
Depends on the household.
Hey, yo.
I'm trying to think back to the 4 sisters my mom had.
I think the oldest wasn't allowed to date.
Yeah.
And
That doesn't mean she didn't get around.
She would get around, but like
That wasn't a date.
It made it harder, you know?
Wow, John.
The middle child is just, doing middle child things.
Well,
They're
I'm
not really
saying calling
interested
it
in
getting around isn't a date, is what I'm saying.
And then the youngest, I'm scared now. The youngest is just, they're babies, so they're just like digging around.
Digging
I
on
know.
what?
I can say that.
Can you? A lot of people are saying the youngest. The youngest had the most romantic partners.
Well, in my family, it's the oldest, so.
You're an anomaly, and I love you.
You're
Who
more
had
outgoing.
What?
I said, well, I'm saying Courtney's outgoing.
True.
So that helped her social life.
Did it though?
People know you.
All right. Which siblings fought the most?
Middle and the youngest in my house. But that's, to be fair, that's because I am 12 and 13 years older than my siblings. If they're fighting with me, Child Protective Services are getting called because I'm hitting them.
My sister, I'll be like, I'm gonna smack you. She's like, you can't, because and I'm like, you're 17. Just wait till January. Ooh, girl, you gonna get it. Because sometimes she be doing some dumb shit, and I just want to, again, hitting. Physical violence
is not the answer.
But sometimes she makes me get real close. I love you, Madison.
Yes, my sisters, the 2 and 3, because they're only a year and 9 months apart, they be hitting, like, especially like they didn't do it so much, dude. Okay, when they were like toddlers and like young kids. Yo, there was an incident where my sister gave the other sister a black eye at Costco.
Not Costco.
Like,
Not the
the
Costco
funniest thing
parking
was
lot.
it was the middle child, the quiet middle child that gave the freaking youngest a black eye. Like, just
okay.
that's the one. Yeah.
Here's the thing, like, if you're really gonna upset the middle child, you did something wrong. Like, you probably got what you deserved. This wasn't like you took my shirt. Nah, you like brought up some shit that you were not supposed to bring up in the middle of a fucking Costco. I'm sorry. Don't mess with the quiet kid.
It's just to this day, like, I'm remembering, like, the middle child, she's very quiet usually, like, really kept to herself. So the fact that one had the, like, primal rage in her to fucking swing, just to this day, throws me off because the youngest, like, they were really cute, chunky babies. And, like, the youngest was, like, she was a bully, like, built-wise. She's bulky, just stacked. So the fact that the smaller middle child fucking just it cracks me up to this day. So yes, to answer your question, I'm gonna say the middle and the youngest.
What do you think, John?
I forgot the question.
Who fights the most?
I want to, the middle and the youngest. But I also want to read Roya G's comment that says, my mom joked that I wasn't allowed to date until my 20s, and I thought she was serious and didn't seek clarification until my late teens. I thought that was really funny.
You're a good bean.
Yeah.
That's cute. Oh, fuck. My dad said I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend until I got my master's degree. And I said, watch this. I still don't have a master's degree.
But you have boyfriends.
I have so many boyfriends. I should stop.
Anyway, moving on.
Next question.
We support that side. Not the hitting, by the way. Don't demonetize us, YouTube. We're not endorsing hitting.
Yeah.
But we are endorsing multiple boyfriends.
Who had the most embarrassing childhood memories?
The oldest.
The eldest.
I was gonna say the middle child.
The middle child has no childhood memories. The middle child's childhood memories are all the other memories that the oldest and the youngest had, and they were just they were drawn into the scene last minute.
They were just there. Like, I have proof of this. Like, if you look at, so my mom has books and books of photos, and like just so many photos and videos of me.
I'm like, oh,
ask
you're
her
there
about
too.
my sister. Yeah, ask him like, where's my sisters, Mom?
Yeah.
Like, she only has like a little bit of the other two.
They were around somewhere.
Yeah, they're fucking somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's worse, considering when my younger sisters were growing up, there was definitely more digital photography and way easier to save things.
That's
so
why.
Like, Mom, what's happening? No, my mom didn't really get on the social media train and post a lot of my sisters, so that's why my mom's always joking like,
that's what I'm saying. That's why. I feel like the digital age has made it harder for people to archive pictures, because when media was physical and like you had to actually use a tape to record, you know, on a camcorder. Like, I have tapes of when I was a kid, and I can pop them in a VCR. Do you know what a VCR is, Sue? A VCR is like, okay. And so like it was.
You know what a tape recorder is?
You know, fuck off.
Yeah. You know, back in my day, we'd have to eject the tape and then we put it into a little race car, and that race car would rewind it for us. But I think digital just causes a lot of lost memories.
Data. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Fuck them kids anyway.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah.
That's also another thing I say at work, and my boss says it too, so it's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who is the fun sibling?
The youngest.
The youngest.
Yes, it's the youngest.
Although I'm pretty fun. I'm pretty no, I'm not.
You cute though.
The youngest, because they're usually like more devil may cry, like
Devil May Care.
Devil May Care. Well, I was thinking
Devil May Cry is the video
games. Yeah, that's what I meant. They play more video games. No, Devil May Care, balls to the wall, wind in the hair, type of people. They're testing. Yeah, they're testing life. They want to see if it'll kill them, or if. And then the oldest is like, my mom says I can't do that, and it's like, you're an adult now. And then the middle one hasn't been invited to do anything fun in a long time, so.
Poor youngest. Have you guys ever dated a middle child? It's surreal.
I don't.
They just be saying some whack shit sometimes.
I don't know. I don't actually know any middle children. I'm just teasing.
Have I ever dated a middle child?
Your teasing is pretty spot on, though.
I'm basing all of my information on the Brady Bunch.
Oh, that's valid.
I'm just kidding.
It's pretty surreal. No, I dated a middle child way back in high school, and like trying to get him to like do things, like go out and be social, like was very difficult because they weren't like not used to that. But also like they would just say some like wild shit. Like we would just be like chilling. They'd be like, I can feel like every particle in my body right now. And I'm very happy that I can tell you that. And I'm just like,
Cool.
cool, man.
I think
All right.
I think being an only child is a lot like being the middle child.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just be saying, we be saying some whack shit sometimes.
and Cypress saying, poor Rift married the middle child.
Oh, I love you.
So quick question, Cypress. Is your love language words of affirmation?
Ah!
It's
And
being
the
invited.
oldest is acts of service.
It's being invited places.
Just being included.
Yeah.
It's going to the restaurant and being like, we waited for you so we could order, and not like, oh, we ordered without you. You can just get whatever.
We ordered you food. We ordered you crackers. Enjoy.
Yeah, have fun.
Sue, how high was he when he told you can feel all of his molecules in his body?
Not. He just wasn't. He was just sober.
5'9".
He was just excited to have someone give him attention.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Who has this is bad. Who has the worst personal habits? Take that as you will. I think the youngest.
The middle one, because they're used to not being looked at. So they're
Oh shit. You know what?
I think the youngest, because they're so used to just getting away with shit that they don't take accountability for their actions.
No, the middle one.
I'm actually gonna agree with John. Cause like I'm thinking like I'm literally like dissecting myself and my two younger sisters. I'm gonna agree it's the middle child. No shade. I love you.
All the shade. Fuck all the shade.
But
Fuck.
you have it. You have issues.
Cause I got issues. All right, we're gonna do.
We all do. It's genetic. We can thank our mom, but you have issues.
Again, speaking as an only child, I feel like the middle child. I'm pretty fucked up.
I'm pretty fucked up. All right, we're gonna do one more.
Mm-hmm.
These are just getting good.
Oh, I know. We were just getting okay. Maybe two more. Okay, two more. Encore. Okay, who has the shorter fuse?
Oldest, or no, sometimes youngest.
I think the youngest.
Yeah.
I think the youngest gets impatient. Like if they don't get what they want, they're gonna be like, no.
Yeah.
But the oldest is like, okay, and they're like really patient about it. And of course, the middle child's just there.
Yeah.
I forgot the middle child was
Well,
there.
I disagree with the oldest being patient about it, but I think the youngest would probably have the shorter fuse in terms of like how much they would tolerate. I think the oldest would tolerate a lot more. And then the youngest,
I would say that the eldest endures a lot more.
Yeah, and the youngest has the shorter fuse.
I can agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who is most likely to end up in jail?
The youngest.
I was gonna say the middle child.
The middle child.
Because they're kind of weird. I feel like they do something. They're kind of, I don't think it'd be like a malicious crime, but maybe like the one time they step out of their comfort zone, they like pee in a dumpster and they get caught. I don't know.
They poop in a dumpster. This has no dumping.
Yeah, poop in a dumpster.
Yeah, I wonder who would poop in a dumpster.
A horse size shit.
No, the horse pooped before me.
We never said it was you.
Oh, oops.
Oh.
I told that.
Call yourself out and throw yourself on the bus.
I
John. Good
literally told that story on stream.
job.
That's true. Oh my god, we're crazy in here.
You're crazy.
But yeah, we're crazy. Yeah, number 2, the middle child definitely would end up in jail, and they would make the mistake of calling number 3. Number 3 would be like, "That's whack, man."
Number 3 would be like, "Why'd you call me?"
Right.
They're like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm literally getting arrested right now. Why are you calling me?
I'm in the cell next door. And of course, number 3 was smart enough to call number 1. And now number 1 has to come bail both of them out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, that was cool. Everyone, look at that. No bummer news for us, you guys.
Except for the fact that your siblings are in jail.
Well, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate it, especially after being like on and off for the past month. Again, life gets crazy. I'm sure y'all know this. We were talking about this earlier, but again, we do greatly appreciate it. If you guys want, go ahead and subscribe to our Patreon, link down in the description below. It's $5 a month. If you're really like vibing with the content that we're creating, go ahead and back us up on Patreon. But again, if $5 is kind of out of the question for you, no worries. We got you. You can subscribe for free. Click that notification bell. And again, like this video so that way we know to make more of this kind of content for you. And guys, don't forget to come back for Courtney and John this week, because what are you guys doing?
We're gonna be unboxing. If you guys stuck around this long, you get a little sneak peek. I'm gonna be unboxing this motherfucker right here. Like,
what is that? Is that just what is that?
this is a giant
shit.
ass candy cane.
Oh wow, that's exciting! And when is that happening?
Tomorrow
Tomorrow
on stream.
What time?
I won't tell you when. You just gotta be there. You gotta be at the stream. We start.
That means you guys gotta check in on our Twitters and our Instagrams to be the first ones. Or again, click that notification bell.
We'll be here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific, normal time. But when in the stream it happens, I don't know. You gotta be there to find out.
Oh, that's dope. I like that. Call to action.
It smells really good.
You're hot. Well, guys, on SuPerspective, this is Courtney. It's been a pleasure. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday morning, noon, or night, depending on when you're watching this. And we'll catch you guys next week. Mwah. Bye. Mwah. 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 Wash your hands.
Wash your ass.
hands. Wash front to back. Front to back. Front to back.